The average American driver is literally cooking their car's AC compressor from the inside out. Every summer, thousands of people pay $2,000 for a repair that was 100% preventable. Why? Because we've been taught to use our air conditioning completely wrong. In the hottest parts of the United States, from the Mojave Desert to the Florida Everglades, heavy-duty mechanics don't just turn on the AC. They follow a specific mechanical sequence to purge heat. It's not a gadget, and it's not a $30 recharge kit. It costs you exactly $0. And when you do it correctly, your vents will blow ice-cold air in under 120 seconds. On a 90-degree afternoon, your car is like a heat-soak oven. Lab tests have shown that a parked car can hit well over 150 degrees in less than an hour, with the dashboard hits 200. If you're getting in and hitting recirculation, immediately you're trying to stop a freight train with a bicycle brake. You're asking your system to do the impossible. You're working against the laws of physics, and the house always wins. Today, I'm breaking down the smart American AC protocol. No fluff, no expensive shop visits, just the physics of cold air. Let's fix your AC for good. Let's start with the method itself. We're calling it the smart American 2-minute icebox protocol. 3 steps, under 2 minutes, completely free. Step 1, the purge. The moment you get into a hot car, do not touch the recirculation button. Instead, open all 4 windows completely. Set your AC to maximum speed. Set it to fresh air mode. That's the button with the arrow coming from outside the car, not the circular arrow. Then drive. Just drive normally for 60 to 90 seconds. What's happening right now is critical. You're using your AC system to push that 160-degree superheated cabin air out through the open windows and replacing it with outside air. Yes, outside air on a 90-degree day feels brutal, but 90 degrees is dramatically cooler than 160 degrees. You are dropping your interior temperature by 50 to 70 degrees in under 2 minutes, using physics, not horsepower. Step 2, the transition. After 60 to 90 seconds, close the front windows. Leave the rear windows cracked for just a few more seconds. This keeps hot air escaping from the back of the cabin while cool air starts flowing from the front vents. It's a simple trick that extends the purge effect without any extra effort. Step 3, lock into cold. Now, and only now, close all windows completely. Switch to recirculation mode. Drop the fan to medium. Your system is now cooling 90-degree air instead of 160-degree air. The difference in output is immediate. Within 60 seconds, your vents will be blowing noticeably colder because your evaporator is no longer being overwhelmed. This 2-stage approach, fresh air first to purge, recirculation second to maximize, is the engineering logic baked into every modern HVAC system. The sequence matters. Most American drivers don't do this. And that's exactly why most drivers are still sweating while their AC runs at full blast. Now that you know the protocol, let's talk about the 5 things that are silently destroying your AC output, even when the refrigerant is perfectly fine. Because here's the truth most shops won't tell you. Weak AC is almost never just a refrigerant problem. Mistake number 1, your cabin air filter is probably disgusting. This is the single most overlooked maintenance item on modern vehicles. The cabin air filter sits behind your glove box and filters every cubic foot of air that passes through your HVAC system. Most manufacturers recommend replacing it every 12,000 to 15,000 miles. Surveys show most drivers either don't know they have a cabin filter or rarely replace it at all. When that filter gets clogged with leaves, pollen, dust, and debris, it restricts airflow through the entire system. Restricted airflow means your evaporator cannot transfer heat efficiently. Your AC feels weak, not because the refrigerant is low, but because the air can barely get through the filter. A replacement filter costs $15 to $30 at any auto parts store. The job takes 10 minutes and requires 0 tools on most vehicles. One driver documented spending $800 at a shop chasing an AC problem. Refrigerant check, electrical test, full diagnosis. Everything came back fine. The shop eventually found a cabin filter so clogged it had completely collapsed. $18 for the filter. If your AC feels like it's blowing lukewarm air at low pressure, replace this first, before you spend a single dollar on anything else. Mistake number 2, your condenser is blocked and you don't know it. The condenser sits at the very front of your car, right in front of the radiator. Its job is to release heat from the refrigerant, and it collects every bug, piece of debris, cottonwood seed, and road grime that hits the front of your vehicle. When the condenser face gets clogged, it cannot release heat efficiently. The refrigerant stays hot. Hot refrigerant means warm air out of your vents. It's a direct mechanical chain reaction. The fix costs nothing. Get a garden hose and gently rinse the condenser from the engine bay side, spraying backward through the fins. Do not use a pressure washer. The fins bend easily, and that creates a different problem entirely. A light rinse every spring takes 5 minutes and makes a measurable difference, especially on older vehicles. This is common practice at good service centers. It is almost never mentioned at American shops unless they're charging you for a more detailed service. Mistake number 3, you're setting the temperature wrong. Here's something that surprises almost everyone. Setting your AC to 72 degrees instead of the lowest setting is actually making your system work harder, not smarter. Modern car AC systems cool supply air down to around 38 degrees Fahrenheit at the vents when set to the lowest temperature. When you set a higher temperature, the system doesn't produce less cold air. It produces the same cold air and then reheats it before it reaches you. You're paying fuel economy to cool air and then immediately warm it back up. Setting your AC to the lowest temperature and adjusting comfort with the fan speed is more efficient, cools the cabin faster, and puts less strain on the compressor. Use low, high fan. Let the system do what it was designed to do. Mistake number 4, you're blocking your own vents. This one sounds almost too simple to matter. But don't block your dashboard vents with phone mounts, papers, sunglasses, or decorations. Restricted airflow reduces effective cooling even when the vent air is technically ice cold. Your HVAC system is designed to move a specific volume of air through the cabin. When you block even one vent, you're disrupting that airflow pattern. The result is uneven cooling, longer cool-down times, and a system that feels weaker than it actually is. Clear your vents. It costs nothing and takes 10 seconds. Mistake number 5. You're pre-cooling in a parked car. This is one of the most common pieces of advice, passed down from generation to generation. Start the car and let it cool down before you get in. It sounds logical. It is not. Expert guidance consistently shows that AC works significantly better while driving, because airflow over the condenser increases and engine speed helps the compressor perform at its peak. Idling in a hot parking lot with the AC running is the least efficient way to cool your cabin. You're burning fuel, you're stressing the compressor, and you're cooling 160-degree air with no airflow assist. The 2-minute icebox protocol while driving beats 10 minutes of idle pre-cooling every single time. Now let's talk about the stuff you've seen on the internet that sounds brilliant, but is quietly making your situation worse. Viral hack number 1. Pouring water on the condenser. You've probably seen this one. Pour cold water on the condenser to drop its temperature and instantly improve AC output. Does it work? Temporarily, yes. In heavy traffic when airflow over the condenser is minimal, a quick cool down can give you a short burst of improved performance. But here's what the viral video doesn't tell you. It's a stopgap, not a fix. If your condenser needs water poured on it to function, your real problem is a dirty condenser, a failing cooling fan, or a refrigerant issue. Treat the cause, not the symptom. Viral hack number 2, DIY refrigerant cans every summer. This one is genuinely dangerous if done wrong. Those $30 refrigerant cans at the auto parts store are not inherently bad. For vehicles using R134A refrigerant, most cars manufactured before 2021, a DIY top-off can absolutely work if done correctly with a gauge. But here's the critical part most people skip. If your refrigerant is low after just 1 or 2 seasons, you have a leak. Topping up without finding and fixing the leak means you're masking a serious problem. Repeated overcharging can damage the compressor, the most expensive component in your entire AC system. A slow, small pressure drop after many years of never being serviced? A careful top-off at home can be fine. A fast dramatic loss over 1 season? You need a professional leak diagnosis before you add anything. Viral hack number 3. Taping over sensors to force lower temperatures. Some videos suggest covering climate control sensors or blocking certain vents to trick the system into blowing colder. This is how you turn a $200 problem into a $2,000 problem. Modern climate control systems are calibrated to work together. Confusing one sensor creates uneven cooling, system strain, and in some cases, compressor damage. Work with your factory settings, not against them. Now here's the one optional upgrade that isn't free, but comes as close to free as anything you'll ever buy for your car. A reflective windshield sunshade. This sounds almost embarrassingly simple for a video about AC performance. But the thermal math is brutal enough that it deserves your full attention. Research from the Florida Solar Energy Center found that a windshield sunshade can drop dashboard temperature by around 40 degrees Fahrenheit. A car parked in direct sun on a 95-degree day can easily reach the 140-degree range inside in under 30 minutes. A car with a sunshade on the same day stays roughly 15 to 20 degrees cooler inside, with a far less brutal dash temperature. That's a huge difference in starting temperature before you even turn the key, which means your AC system has far less heat to fight the moment you start driving. Your 2-minute icebox protocol works faster. Your compressor works less. Your fuel economy improves. A quality accordion sunshade costs $20. It also protects your dashboard from UV cracking, which can cost hundreds to repair on its own. Lifetime return. Highest ROI item in this entire video. Let's bring it all together. Here's exactly what you should do this weekend. Pop the hood. Take 5 minutes to rinse your condenser with a garden hose from the engine side. Open a glove box. Pull the cabin air filter and look at it. If it's gray and clogged, replace it for $20. Clear your vents. Remove anything blocking airflow from your dashboard. Buy a sunshade. $20. Done. And every single time you get into a hot car from this point forward, use the protocol. Windows down. Fresh air mode. Maximum fan. Drive for 60 to 90 seconds. Then windows up. Recirculation. Medium fan. That's it. You have now done the first few $100s worth of what a shop would charge you to diagnose and partially address in under an hour for almost nothing. Your AC is not broken. Your refrigerant is probably fine. You've just been using it wrong. And now you know exactly how to fix it. The difference between a car that feels like a sauna and a car that feels like an icebox isn't a new compressor. It isn't a $300 recharge. It's a sequence, a 2-minute routine, and a knowledge that almost nobody around you has. That's what Smart Motor Tips is here for. If this video just saved you one diagnostic visit, you know what to do. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.